Hello, and welcome. I'm Mark Winkworth. You're listening to Tales of the Sea. Many of you, I'm guessing, are familiar with the novel Treasure Island, the classic adventure of a young Jim Hawkins who finds a map to a pirate's buried treasure and embarks on a perilous voyage with a colorful crew, including the infamous Long John Silver. You may also be familiar with another work, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the story of a respected London doctor who discovers a powerful potion that enables him to separate his good and evil natures. Good ultimately triumphs over evil, but not without some dastardly doings along the way. Now, both of these classic works are by the same author, the Scottish novelist, poet, essayist, and travel writer Robert Louis Stevenson. An only child, Robert was burdened with a lifetime of chronic illness, primarily respiratory in nature, and only lived to experience his 44th birthday. He is also the author of one of my favorite holiday poems. It is titled Christmas at Sea. The poem describes how a square-rigged sailing ship has become caught between two headlands, the ship unable to make her escape because of the winds, tide, and current. You sailors out there will relate to this situation when forces of nature prevent a sailboat from making progress to her desired destination. In Stevenson's poem, the crew of the ship tacks back and forth all through the day, making little to no progress toward their destination. Times so close to land that they even believe they can smell the Christmas dinners cooking in the cliff-top houses' kitchens. Told from a young sailor's humble perspective, as he and his shipmates encounter one of the most dangerous situations for a sailing ship, to be literally pinned to a lee shore. Lee shore? Well, that's the shore against which the wind is directing all its fury. As nightfall nears, the captain makes a potentially dangerous call. Well, why don't we let the poem tell the story? The sheets were frozen hard, and they cut the naked hand. The decks were like a slide where a seaman scarce could stand. The wind was a nor'wester, blowing squally off the sea, and cliffs and spouting breakers were the only things alee. They heard the surf a-roaring before the break of day, but 'twas only with the peep of light we saw how ill we lay. We tumbled every hand on deck instanter with a shout, and we gave her the main topsail and stood by to go about. All day we tacked and tacked between the south head and the north. All day we hauled the frozen sheets and got no further forth. All day as cold as charity, in bitter pain and dread, for very life and nature we tacked from head to head. We gave the south a wider berth, for there the tide race roared. At every tack we made, we brought the north head close aboard. So's we saw the cliffs and houses, and the breakers running high, and the coast guard in his garden, with his glass against his eye. The frost on the village roofs as white as ocean foam. The good red fires were burning bright in every longshore home. The windows sparkled clear, and the chimneys volleyed out, and a vow we sniffed the victuals as the vessel went about. The bells upon the church were rung with a mighty jovial cheer, for it's just that I should tell you how, of all the days in the year, this day of our adversity was blessed Christmas morn, and the house above the coast guards was the house where I was born. Ah, well, I saw the pleasant room, the pleasant faces there, my mother's silver spectacles, my father's silver hair, and well I saw the firelight, like a flight of homeless elves, go dancing round the china plates that stand upon the shelves. And well I knew the talk they had, the talk that was of me, of the shadow on the household, and the sun that went to sea. And oh, the wicked fool I seemed in every kind of way, to be here and hauling frozen ropes on blessed Christmas Day. They lit the high sea light, and the dark began to fall. All hands to loose top-gallant sails, I heard the captain call. By the Lord, she'll never make it, our first mate Jackson cried. It's the one way or the other, Mr. Jackson, he replied. She staggered to her bearings, but the sails were new and good, and the ship smelt up to windward just as though she understood. As the winter's day was ending, in the entry of the night, we cleared the weary headland and passed below the light. And they heaved a mighty breath, every soul on board but me, as they saw her nose again pointing handsome out to sea. But all that I could think of in the darkness and the cold was just that I was leaving home, and my folks were growing old. That ends this episode of Tales of the Sea. If you enjoyed this episode, please tell a friend or two. This episode was produced at Munjoy Studios in Portland, Maine. As always, special thanks to my producer, Jewel Selbo. And remember, you'll find this podcast, Tales of the Sea, wherever you stream your favorite podcasts. I want to wish you all a safe and happy holiday season, and please join me for more episodes of Tales of the Sea in the new year. I'm Mark Winkworth. Thanks for listening.